Yeah, so basically, like I said, like any other telecom company, over and above mainstream business, okay? Every other telecom company has what we call VAS, or a value added service. MTN has mobile money. They have we have caller tunes, etc. Okay? Because of time, let me just use this to illustrate this concept. So a value-added service is an engagement. It is a concept that a company comes up with over and above its mainstream operations to meet a particular need, okay? But in the process, they get to generate extra revenues for the company, okay? Now, MTN did not start because of mobile money. Actually, it was not thinking about mobile money when it was coming here in Uganda, even in South Africa. It is along the way that they realized that there was a gap in money transfer, and they generated a concept that was going to help minimize the challenge of money transfer. Okay, a concept, and that is how they came up with this value-added service. It boasts a clientele of close to over 7.5 million subscribers, and with such a base, you can come up with anything that can meet a particular common need. Okay? And they developed a mobile money concept. Are we together? And this concept that they developed over and above their mainstream business fetches them close to 600 billion every single month. Revenues that no single bank can access a month. Are we together? Why? It boasts of the numbers. Okay? Telecom is about numbers. Telecom, like I said, has ceased from becoming a luxury. It is no longer a luxury. It is a basic need. If you ever get an opportunity to partner or deal in a basic need, you are in what we call the thing. The Baganda say, Oli muchintu. If you ever get to participate in dealing or trading in a basic need, initially we had the 4 basic needs. And today we have moved from the 4 basic needs to the 7 basic needs that include communication. That is why any single individual that puts their foot into a basic need, usually a lot changes about them, especially their finances. You meet people that deal in food, people that deal in clothes, people that deal in real estate, shelter, okay, accommodation. I mean, those are the wealthiest men around us today. Are we together? So basically, we have communication. So they are able to generate such revenues from a value-added service alone. Now, you don't want to calculate what comes out from its mainstream business, which is airtime, SIM cards, and whatnot. Okay? So, basically, that is the value-added service. Banks struggle. I know the third largest bank here has a clientele of about 120,000. It is hard for such a company, for such an institution, to generate such revenue a month. So hard. And actually failed. It never get to generate such revenue a month. Okay? So that brings to us to a place where we appreciate value-added services that companies come up with over and above their mainstream operations. Are we together? So basically, that is our value. That is now, hoping you've understood what the value-added services are, I want to bring you to our very own value-added service. Okay? We are not into mobile money, into caller tunes and gambling, you know, dial star this and get that. Okay? We are not into all those other things. We are into advertising. For the first time, individuals in life are going to be rewarded for owning, number 1, a smartphone. Number 2, for receiving phone calls. Okay? For the first time, we have a platform for rewarding people in life for receiving a phone call. That is only possible with World GMN. How does this come about? We know companies that we usually use here in our presentations. We use these companies because they are the most familiar, the ones that we can identify with easily. Okay? Someone said that if a lady does not Facebook a day, okay, she can probably die. Okay? I don't know about that, but we use these companies because they are the most familiar. Now, like we do every day, we know companies like Google and Facebook. These are companies that for sure we never get to pay a direct dime to, any single coin to directly. Okay? Yet they literally own the world as far as the dimes are concerned. Now, a company like Facebook fetches in close to 28 billion US dollars every single month. It rubs shoulders with companies, huge companies like Toyota, okay? Companies like General Motors, every single month. Yet these guys just sit in an air-conditioned office and have a cup of tea every single morning, okay? Now, for me, I like to call this what we call working like an ant, okay? And eating like what? Like an elephant. There are people that work like elephants and eat like elephants. There are people that work like ants and eat like elephants. But I also know a category, especially in Africa, that works the other way around. They work like elephants, but they eat like what? This is the commonest scenario. You'll agree with me in this room. Okay? You work from 8 to midnight. Your family does not know you. No one knows you around. They just see you on a party. Even on the party, you're sitting on the edge of the chair. You're waiting for a phone call. You're literally engrossed in heavy work. But you're eating like what? Like an ant. That is the scenario here we have in especially the African continent. Now, these guys fetch in such, and they don't own a big factory. Ladies and gentlemen, the advertising industry and the telecom industry today, no single industry can withstand them. The banking industry can no longer stand up to the advertising industry and the telecom industry. The manufacturing industry can't stand up a single bit to these two. Okay? Why? I'm going to be showing you that in a moment. So basically, that is Facebook. They have a system whereby they reward every time you are on. You know, these days I'm getting tired of free things. Because free things actually making people rich are just around us. These guys, joining Facebook is free. Using that application, that service is free. You post things from morning to evening and people are chatting and calling you and telling you, by the way, I've just seen your pictures. By the way, I've just, But it's free. But you don't know that your being online is making them richer. Because at any given time that you are online, in your computer sitting there every first 3 hours of your morning or Facebook, before you do anything, before you attend to company work or Facebook. Now, every time you're on Facebook, okay, at any given time they run an advert probably on top of the screen. You know that upper section, Everyone that is online is assumed to be able to see or view the advert. Are we together? Now, if they have about 400 million people online at any given time, if they are in partnership, if there is any multinational company partnering with them to run adverts on their behalf, they are able to bargain or negotiate or bill them in relation to the number of people online at the time they ran the advert. Are we together? It is the same system with Google. Every time you click, for me when I'm on internet, I'm clicking links. 3/4 of my time I am on Google clicking. Okay? Even you when you enter a cafe, the first thing you look for is typing the word Google in. Okay? And you're there clicking links and clicking links. You don't know that for every single click, you're making Google a dime richer. because they are able to accumulate all those clicks at the end of the week or month or day and bill the companies, okay, that you have checked, that have been checked around the world by a single click, and the respective revenue that day or week or month. So basically, these two companies are into what we call international advertising. As simple as that. You, just by you seeing an advert, you're making someone richer. Your eyes are gold for some people. Okay? That is why a billboard, advertising is about seeing. That is why a billboard on Wandegea, around Wandegea, they will charge you 3 times. Okay? And a billboard in, now just mention the place. And a billboard where? In maybe in Chebando. If there is any billboard anyway. You won't find billboards there because they know no one will see them. And they know no company will pay for those billboards to have adverts running there. Me, I've never seen any billboard in Chebando. But they will pile billboards here in one day. Why? Advertising is about seeing. Now, if it's about seeing, I want you to follow me now. Not everyone is on the internet for sure. Okay? There are people, some of them take about a month. Okay? If they have tried their level best to sit and have access to internet. But this company here, the founders and the entire concepts team know that not everyone is on internet, but they know a product that is a product for 7.5 billion people. Okay? This is a product that we cannot do without today, that has crossed over from being a luxury to a basic need. Which is what? The mobile phone. Okay? For the first time, you're going to find value for owning a mobile phone. Now, here, they know that in 2 years from now, the number of mobile phones is going to literally double the number of people existing on Earth. Okay? So, currently people own about two or three phones. Usually they own one smart, posh phone and a few other simpler phones. Simpler phones, like 2 of them. And actually those simpler phones are usually more active than the smartphone. They usually pull out the smartphones in a few instances. But you'll find this simpler phone always busy. Every time they're walking out with this simpler phone in their right hand. The other one is in the pocket. Okay? So basically, individuals, they carry over one mobile phone. Okay? And the company knows that you never get to find a person receiving a phone call without seeing who's calling. We agree that advertising is about seeing, right? Now, if 7.5 billion people have phones, and none of them ever picks a phone call without seeing, you can complete the picture now. So they have developed an application that's going to run adverts on a device you cannot do without, that you will keep seeing every moment as long as you're receiving phone calls. So they're going to add value to your mobile phone screen. Are we together? So you have a mobile phone screen which shows the name of the person calling, but at the same time run an advert. If I, as a partner of the company, get to install this application, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, our value-added service is AdCash. AdCash is an advertising application that rewards you for viewership, for viewing every single advert that runs on your mobile screen. Are we together? AdCash in full would be advertising cash. Okay? This is an application. When I, as a partner of the company, get to install it on your smartphone, the company rewards me forever. The company will reward me forever for every single phone call you receive on your smartphone. Because as you receive phone calls, you're seeing adverts. You're seeing BMW, HP, Coca-Cola, and all these other multinational companies. So they